Hello and welcome to my video. This is my first time doing a voiceover. I hope you enjoy it. The intro already said what's going on, so let's get started with the tour. Okay, this is like scanners and stuff, security scanners. They don't work because I took a redstone. And the person like lets them in and does a computer and whatnot because the computer shows the result of the scan. Here's a little evacuation area. And basically it's just a tunnel that has a minecart track that leads to a random area that's far from the space it's used for evacuation. Here we have the bunks, and here's the beds, got furnaces, anvils, a little seating area, crafting table. That room over there is a guest room. And yeah, here is the treasury, and in the treasury we got chests, one for each unit. I don't know, I just did that. Gotta repair that sea lantern there. The most unadvanced redstone circuit you've ever seen right here. Has like special stuff, the special loot, I don't know. Here is a lockdown room. I've newly remodeled it. I think it looks much nicer than it did before. Lockdown rooms are for when there's lots of zombies. They go to hide. They hide here. For anybody who's like injured during the lockdown, they got golden apple in there. Okay, back up here. Every time, well, I don't know why I bother with iron trapdoors. They just, it's just because it fits with the color scheme. Wooden trapdoors don't fit whatsoever. We have a cafeteria here. You can sit down, eat stuff. Yeah, it's like lots of tables and pre-prepared food. Got meat, vegetarian foods, and water. They're all hooked up to that button. And here's where when there's time for freshly prepared meals, they're served from here, and they're cooked in here. We've got furnaces that look like ovens. We've got storage and microwaves. And that's basically all the cafeteria / kitchen has to offer. We'll advance to the second level later. Here's the bathrooms. We've got the toilet. It's the best I could do to make it look real. Sinks and showers. I don't know what that button is doing there. And the second stall. And that would be a lighting glitch. No. I need to replace these buttons. Here we have the water treatment facility. And there's where like the water is like processed and made drinkable from a nearby lake, which we'll get to later. Here we have court. Here's the where the jury sits. Here's where the judge sits, and the person in question will stand in that little centerpiece. And people back here will let the people into the prison, which we'll get to later. Here's the interdimensional travel room. We have a nether portal and an end portal, and that's pretty much all there is to the room. I didn't build anything in the end or the nether. Here we have the rec room. For entertainment purposes, when they have free time. We have a pool table, which I'm pretty proud of, by the way. A small TV. I did my best to make it look like a TV. We have a seating area, ×3. No. Here we have the bar. I got some wine, beer, and water. And here's the music. And there's a little patio out there. It doesn't have much on it, just a chair and table. Right here's the storage room. Not much to it. Just some chests, and they're categorized, and there's a light switch, and yep, that's it. And here is the prisons that I was talking about earlier. But before I go to the prisons, I must go to the colonel's quarters. Much nicer than the bunks, but they still have to share a room. They're identified by the green helmet, aka a turtle shell. This room was built pretty recently. Now we have the grade A prisoners here. The evokers in there are the prisoners. Moral lighting glitches. They eat right here. What do they eat, do you ask? They eat mushroom stew. I picked out the most disgusting food possible besides maybe rotten flesh. They gotta be humane here. Oh, here's grade B prisoners. There's not as many of them, and their living conditions are not as good. I should probably put rotten flesh down here so that they could eat it. Here's the grade Z prisoner for, as it says, authorized personnel only, and those who could get down this ladder. Dominations. Oh, and here is the grade Z prisoner, and that's him, just an evoker, and his food is in there with the cell, so he never has to come out. I hid some loot down here because it's probably the place you'd least expect to be hidden, right where the main prisoner is kept. And this is all, you can all travel through this ravine and cave with survival and safely, but I figured it'd just be faster for the tour's sake to fly here. There's the loot. You can pause the video if you want to see what it is. That's the only instance of me using a wooden trapdoor right there. Time to go back. Also, when I get back up, it will be, yeah, because there's only two things underground. The prisons and the colonel's quarters. So those were the prisons, and this little scanner thing doesn't work as usual. And fly up. Now, on to the next part of the tour, the second floor. But first, view the maze observation room. We'll get to the maze later. Basically, it's like a training place. And you can observe what's going on. There's 3 different levels of stairs that you could view from. And yeah. Here is the lockdown room. It's not as good as the other one, but I just did what I could with the space I had. Here's the equipment room for the regular soldiers. They got iron armor, each of them, and they each have that gear right there. Here is the general's quarters. Very nice. He has full diamond armor, paintings, bookshelves, OP gear, furnaces, a seating area, enchantment table, crafting table, and a bed all to himself, which is probably the ideal living condition, about as good as it gets in this base. Here we have the smeltery, where they shovel coal into the furnaces, and there's lava, because you can't have a smeltery without lava. And we'll get to the farming sector later, because it's really, really big. And here's the library and the brewery. It's kind of a mess, but it looks pretty good. It's inspired by the Minecraft story mode library. I used to play that game, and it was so much fun. But I finished all the episodes in both Season 1 and Season 2. Yes, and this down here is a lockdown room, in case you were wondering. Now, this time for the farming sector. The actual room isn't that big, but what it leads to is here we have storage and the map of the farm. So let's go down here, and this passageway leads to the farming sector, like actual farming sector. This is made to look rugged and out of place on purpose. It's got like dirt, redstone blocks, and lamps. This is kind of unofficial. We have wheat, carrots, and potatoes on these farms, and they're being harvested by 3 different plows. This is the medium plow. It's I did my best to make these vehicles look real. Here's the big plow where one person sits here and does that, and the other person sits here and does this. So it's like a 2-person man thing. And as you can see, the crops are behind them are being harvested. And there's this small one. It only is like 1 block thick. You sit here and control it with this lever. And now to the next part of the farming sector. Wait, first, should get going there. Yes, I should just walk there, not fly there. Why not? Okay, here we are. So we have the sheep, we have cows, we have pigs, and we have chickens. The chickens are laying a lot of eggs. Geez, and they get in the cauldrons because of reasons. Here's the factory. I worked extremely hard on this factory, and it's the most recent addition to the zombie apocalypse base. Time for a tour of the factory. So basically, this is the factory. It's where everything that makes the zombie apocalypse base is made, because all this stuff has got to come from somewhere. Am I right? Now, this is how it works. So basically, you start off with stone that's taken from the mines, and then the stone is put through a big lava furnace and turned into cobblestone. Hooray. Then the cobblestone is etched out, and stone brick is created. The stone brick is divided into 3 different categories. One is the slabs, and the slabs get stored right here. And just the stone brick gets stored here. It's in the highest demand, so there's a big area to store it. Here's where the stairs are. I put an end rod on each of them because why not? And they're stored there. Now, as for up here, so this is the iron is attained from the big lava thing over there. Yeah, I should probably just go ahead and show the big lava thing. It ejects lava out of there, and it's like magma, and when it cools, metal is left behind. I'm not sure if that's scientifically accurate or not. And then it's carried up here. Then it goes through a furnace. Once again, another furnace, turning that into steel that can be used, and then it's deposited into there. And it can also be turned into armor and weapons. This area is kind of out of order right now. Don't ask. Here we go. Look, swords, pickaxes, and armor all being stored here. I lit this place by lava to make it look cooler. I think it looks much better that way. And the redstone lamps are made this way. So basically, this thing pulls glowstone dust out of here. The glowstone dust is formed together to create glowstone blocks, which are then carried up here, all the way over here, and then redstone is injected into them to create lamps, which are then stored there. Here we have a little livestock area where it's got sheep, cows, and pigs and stuff. You can flick the lever, it'll spawn a sheep and yield some cooked meat. It's already cooked, and it goes on a conveyor belt to these storage areas for them. I know I've said storage a lot during this factory tour, but there's no other way to really describe it. And a circuit this big would have to be controlled somehow, so it's like that. Oh, and here's underneath that, in case you were wondering. I doubt it, though. So we're about halfway through the tour now. I am getting a little sidetracked here, but I'll show you underneath this this factory just to show just how much land I had to clear to create it. So go in here and look at this place. This all used to be like some nature. There used to be a lake here. I had to use sponges to dry it up. Don't ask about the random nonsense scattered everywhere, like terracotta, cauldrons, armor stands. This place I usually just mess around in here because who's gonna see it? Oh wait, everybody on the tour. Oh no, run, run! You saw nothing. Okay, now I am going to leave the factory. That was a nice tour of the factory, but the tour is far from over. The actual zombie apocalypse based tour. Okay, let's start on the balcony here. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Looks like I have some fixing to do. Please stand by. I must. Oh, there's the lockdown area from earlier. And my inventory is a mess. And let's get iron, seriously. And let's put it right there. But first, not forget the stone brick. Oops, I forgot stone brick. Who cares? I'll do it. I'll do it later. Now let's place the bed there. And that will be the general's quarters fixed. More button trauma, and so let's get out of here. Use this trapdoor that I have installed to get out of here in general. Here we have a TNT cannon. It doesn't actually work because I'm lazy, and also working TNT cannons do not look good at all. And really, I would never use it because it's like, who would? Around this thing that they've created, and creative mode as well. Also, there's like no actual mobs. It's like on peaceful. Well, it's not on peaceful, and it's on easy. So, and I always tend to turn it to today, so there's no real need to. Here's got a helicopter landing pad, and I get up there with the ladders. And here is the garage. All the vehicles are stored. Got 2 regular tanks, a troop transport vehicle, a massive troop multi-purpose vehicle. You have several of these drones things. They don't need a human to operate. Of 1 gun, and maximum firepower is bestowed upon this vehicle. I don't know what to call it. And here we have the defensive tower. It has lots of different defenses on it. It used to be a watchtower, but as you can see with the other towers, that soon became useless. It has a firearm, a laser cannon, and an ion blaster. They don't work as usual. And here is it. Look, there's the firearm at the bottom, laser cannon in the middle, ion blaster at the top. And those on the side just fire by themselves. Well, they don't fire by themselves. That would be horrible. I don't know. Who cares? And here is the giant laser. There's the aiming computer, and that's to arm it, and that's to fire. It does not work. And okay, now I think I should show the training arena where you can hone your skills. Here we have a little dueling area. You can fight with wooden swords. Don't worry, it won't get hurt. It's only wooden swords. And golden helmets for protection. Here is like fight against zombies. I use these awesome new stand mechanics to make them much more realistic. It used to be like pumpkin heads and stuff. And you can attack it with a sword or a bow. Here's parkour. Safety gear is feather falling 4, which like completely negates even falling from the highest of heights. from that parkour thing. There's a seating area. Here we have a training maze where you can be. Basically, it's kind of like survival games. There's like zombie animatronics. There's other players in the arena. There's chests with stuff in them that you can use to fight. And if you acquire a lot of stuff from chests, you can eventually craft a diamond pickaxe and mine through that obsidian to get to the chest. Wait, hold on. These armor stands need to be reposed. Please stand by. Okay, that one's reposed, and that one is now, come on, reposed as well. And the chests that the obsidian is covering have really, really good stuff in them. So it's good to get that in the training maze. Here is the lap pool. It's pretty big. It's got 3 lanes though. And I am currently redoing this locker room, which kind of sucks right now. But that will be changed soon. But here's one of the 2 towers that are connected by the suspension bridge. It's very tall, lots of glass, and you can actually get up there. But not in survival mode. Here is the suspension bridge that I was just talking about. It connects these 2 towers. Hold on, let me set this today so it can be better seen. It's like this. I think it complements the base very well. There's the other tower of the 2, and well, yeah, man, that sunrise looks good. Oh, and yeah, you can basically just get through this door by climbing up here. Then you can get to this level, or you can explore the tops of these. I didn't put railings because who needs railings at a former military base? Oh, this is another lockdown room. I know, right? You can never have too many lockdown rooms. This is parkour, intended for management use to, manage this place, clean these antenna thingies. Oh, and that happened when I poured some water over a big column of lava. I have a recording of it. I might upload that soon. Here is just upper levels of pool viewing. Here is kind of medium levels of pool viewing, and the lower levels of pool viewing are just those chairs down there. Here we have the speech and presentation room. Today, tactical combat maneuvers meeting 0165. I don't know. Basically, it's where they have meetings and plan their next move against zombies and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Oh, it's not the speech and presentation room anymore. It's the auditorium. Yeah, okay. Here's the water extraction settings changer room. It's like, actually, the pipe is actually positioned on top of the water testing thing that I forgot the name of. What's it called? Yeah, okay. And the pipe goes all the way to one of the last surviving lakes around this forest. I tried to make it look like the destruction of a zombie apocalypse. And water is pumped out of there. It's then filtered through the water thing. No, water purification? No, I don't know. Who cares? And so there's different settings that you can change on this pipe. Is the rate at which water is flowing, rate at which water is being pumped, rate at which water is deposited, and level of filtration. And that is basically all the base, except for these last 2 rooms that I'd like to show off. Lighting glitches again, and technical support area. And we have computers, well, at least my best representation of computers anyways. Very big, lots of big paintings. I found so many new paintings when I created this. And no, that is not Donkey Kong. I assure you, it is not. is zombie apocalypse base. Propaganda, or whatever. Very important stuff. That's what Donkey Kong is, after all, right? And here is brewing stands, cauldrons, where zombie is being tested and stuff. This is basically like the science research room. There's like research stuff there. Oh. Dang it, I swear, the next time one of these buttons bothers me, I'm gonna replace them all with pressure plates. But that is basically the entirety of the tour. That is my zombie apocalypse base. Comment what you think of the base. I am personally quite proud of it. And like it said in the intro, it took me about a year to build it. Oh, and that's the rec room patio. Anyways, I'm pretty much done, but not completely. Well, bye.